If you're a New Yorker, the whole idea of actually owning a home can feel, well, like an impossible dream, right? But what if I told you there's a guide out there, one specifically designed to help you navigate the toughest housing market in the entire country? Today, we're going to explore the key that just might unlock your new front door.
If this quote hits home for you, you are definitely not alone. It's a feeling shared all across the state. The combination of sky-high prices and just trying to scrape together a down payment can feel so discouraging.
And yeah, those feelings, they're absolutely backed by the numbers. New York's homeownership rate is the lowest in the nation. We're talking almost 13 percentage points below the U.S. average. So the challenge is undeniable. But hey, understanding the problem is always the first step toward finding the solution.
So here's our game plan for this journey. First, we'll really get a handle on the challenge. Then we'll meet our guide, an agency called SONYMA. From there, we'll cover your first big step, figure out how to conquer that down payment, look at programs designed just for you, and wrap it all up with a clear map that leads right to your new set of keys.
Okay, so we've seen the hurdle that New York presents. It's a really unique challenge for sure, but that's precisely why a dedicated guide exists to help us through it.
So who exactly is this guide that can help navigate this tough terrain? Well, let's meet the State of New York Mortgage Agency, or as you'll come to know it, SONYMA. SONYMA is what's known as a public benefit corporation. It was actually set up over 50 years ago with one core mission: open the door to homeownership for low and moderate income New Yorkers, people who might otherwise be completely locked out of the market. Now, it's not a bank itself. Instead, it works with lenders to create some really powerful opportunities.
Now, here's a crucial term you need to know. Most SONYMA programs are for first-time homebuyers. But what's really interesting is that this doesn't just mean you've never owned a home before. If you haven't owned your main home in the last 3 years, you qualify. And get this, there are also major exceptions for military veterans and for anyone buying in certain areas, which we'll get to in a bit.
All right, now that you've met your guide, it's time to get your first set of tools. SONYMA's real power comes from its specialized mortgage products. They're designed to make your monthly payments way more affordable. Let's look at the two main options.
So you basically have two main paths. Achieving the Dream is for lower-income buyers, and it offers the absolute lowest interest rates SONYMA has. The low-interest rate program is for those with more moderate incomes. Really, the deciding factor is your household income, and a SONYMA lender can tell you in a heartbeat which path is the right one for you.
Okay, so we've talked about the mortgage, but what about the single biggest hurdle for most people? I'm talking about that giant pile of cash you need for the down payment and all those closing costs. This is where SONYMA introduces a powerful ally into our story.
This is it. This is the question that stops so many dreams right in their tracks. Even if you can get an affordable mortgage, coming up with thousands of dollars up front can feel impossible. But SONYMA has a game-changing answer.
It's called a Down Payment Assistance Loan, or DPAL for short. Think of it as a helping hand, like a second silent mortgage. It's there to cover your down payment and closing costs, but with these incredible terms: 0% interest and absolutely no monthly payments. You just focus on paying your main SONYMA mortgage.
Let's just break down how incredible this is. The DPAL can give you up to $15,000 for those upfront costs. The interest rate is 0%. You make no monthly payments on it, and here's the best part: the entire loan is completely forgiven after you've lived in the home for just 10 years. It's amazing.
So this is the crucial part to understand. It's not just a loan. It's like a gift that unlocks over time. The loan balance literally just melts away month by month just for living in your own home. After a decade, poof, that debt vanishes completely and turns into pure equity for you.
Now, beyond the main mortgage and that incredible down payment help, SONYMA recognizes that everyone's journey is different. And that's why it's created specialized programs that offer extra support for people in specific situations.
For those who have served our country, the Homes for Veterans program offers some huge advantages. First, it completely waives that first-time homebuyer rule, so veterans can use SONYMA benefits even if they've owned a home before. It also offers even lower interest rates as a thank you for their service.
And to help keep talent right here in New York, the Graduate to Home Ownership program is designed for anyone who's graduated from college in the last 4 years. It provides low-interest mortgages to help them buy their first homes in certain communities all across upstate New York.
And this program is a brilliant example of SONYMA's commitment to expanding access. The Credit is Due program is a pretty revolutionary approach for anyone who might not fit that traditional borrower mold. It lets you use your history of on-time rent payments to prove you're creditworthy. It considers income from side gigs or family. It shortens those waiting periods after past financial hardships, and it gets rid of the need for cash reserves after closing. It basically redefines what it means to be ready for home ownership.
Okay, so you've met your guide and you have your tools. So what does the actual path to getting the keys to your new home look like? Well, SONYMA and its lenders have laid out a really clear, manageable process.
Here's the final roadmap. Step 1, get pre-qualified. This is huge. Gathering your documents and talking to a SONYMA lender makes you a serious buyer. Step 2, formally apply with that lender's help. Step 3, this is the fun part, find your home and sign a contract. And the final step, lock in that incredible SONYMA interest rate. Just remember, your lender is your co-pilot for this entire process.
For over 50 years, SONYMA has been turning a distant dream into a reality for hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers. The path is clear, the guide is ready, and the tools are just waiting for you. So the only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?